do this. Will, I am your mom. It is my job to protect you, Will. Hopper. Working on my Joyce impression. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I think it's Monday, right? Is that sweat? Oh, jeez, I'm in sweat. What's going on, everybody? I think. Hello, Mur. How you doing? Let's see. Look at this camera angle and see. It says, no, not mod view. I just want to look at the stream. There we go. How's that look? That looks pretty good, actually. Maybe angle it just a little bit this way. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Can I just look at the chat? Okay, who we got here? We got Mur. We got Lila. We got Stingy. We got Karami. We got... Oh, hi. Miss you too. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, K-pop. Hello, Kate and Shens. Hi, Lizzie. How are you doing? What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday to all. And to all, a happy Monday. Am I still in your dreams or something? What's going on? Am I still in your dreams? Still? How am I still in your dreams? You gotta get me out of there. You gotta get me right out of there. Hello, Kirsten. How are you? Fit check. I can do that. Let me make sure I'm not. It's very casual today. I have a jacket, but it's too hot to wear it. So we are at a... I need to do the Instagram thing. Okay, yeah, thank you for the reminder. Thank you, Mur. I didn't do the Instagram one. Hold on, I can do it from my... Oh, no, I'm sorry, Amber. Thank you, Stingy. Right, hold on, I'm doing the Instagram notification and stream updates live now on twitch.tv. I do the slash on iPad. Quick, how do you do the slash? Lily, Tino, not Teeny, Tino, heart, and I'll throw a little heart emoji right now. Okay, there we go. So the Instagram people know. Hi, Taylor's version. The streak continues in my heart, but not on paper. Kidding. Hello, Jamie. Thank you, Lizzie. My lizard's new enclosure came in. It's massive, but he loves it. Nice. That sounds like it would be a good thing. Hello, Chris. How are you? Excuse me. What do I want to drink today? Coffee. Do they have hot chocolate? They have house-made hot chocolate. Miss you too, Karami. How's everyone's... I guess we streamed on Christmas, but not a lot of people were there, which is understandable. How's everyone's Christmas or holiday or whatever you did to celebrate? How was it? 4x2x2, cool. They also have chamomile, tropical green, and peppermint. We love peppermint tea. Latte, Earl Grey, latte, iced tea, soda, tonic. I want something hot. Maybe I'll start with peppermint. What do you think? Should I start with peppermint tea or hot chocolate? Hello, Giselle. How are you? Got a notification and thought, well, I'm popular, but it was instant telling me I'm live. I'm already here. I was trying to make sure you knew you were here. Truth be told, I want the holidays to be over. I'm sorry. I feel the same. Sort of. My parents got COVID, so that happened. I'm sorry. Peppermint tea, hot chocolate. My go-to is a flat white almond with 2 pumps of vanilla. It does sound good. It does sound good. I mean, I can't do caffeine. Hot chocolate. What if we did hot chocolate? Well, I think I want to start with peppermint tea. But we can do a hot chocolate after, potentially. I feel like a hot chocolate right off the bat. Is User52 here yet? They haven't responded to my text in a second. I hope they didn't fall asleep. I'm trying to get better at Fortnite. How's that going? I haven't played Fortnite for real in a hot second. I downloaded it on my PlayStation the other day and played once or twice and then died immediately. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. What was my highlight of 2025? I mean, my mind immediately goes to Disney World. I freaking loved Disney that week. That was like the best week ever. Hello, Pepper Poppet. How are you? Do I ever get decaf coffee? Sadly, there's enough caffeine in decaf coffee for me to feel it because I'm very sensitive to it, which is any amount that I can feel is too much. Like it's one thing to get a hot chocolate where, there's really no appreciable amount of caffeine that I would feel a difference, but with decaf coffee, there's usually enough to feel. So yeah, Disney World is definitely a highlight for sure. Anything you can do? Can we start the prediction on will I spill or not? I've never been to Disney World. Is it worth it, even though it's expensive? I mean, I love it. If you're a Disney person, then absolutely. Speaking of Disney, we got hella packs today. All fabled today. If you want to see some packs, we can do it. Oh, and by the way, did someone sub in the beginning? I think someone did. Did Karami sub? Or not Karami, Sting? Am I crazy? Maybe not. Hold on. Follow me. Hype Train. Fit Check. Okay, they resubbed. So that's 600 points. And then Remain Classy just subscribed for their 3rd month. Thank you, Classy. Which means we're only 300 points away from our first pack. There we go. Easy peasy. Hi, Tina French. How are you? Hello, hello. It's going okay. I can play better at it on the Nintendo than on my PlayStation. That makes sense. What sucks, Danielle? Oh, the yeah. I feel that. Yeah. The caffeine thing. It's not great because I love coffee. It is the best. I love it. Taste, smell, the way it makes you feel. It's so good. But hello, user 52. You're good. Well, okay. So we're 200 away, 300 away from a pack. Put that on the side because Myrrh just gifted $15 via Venmo. Thank you, Myrrh. Throw some gas tanks out for Myrrh. Where's my mail map? App. That's what I'm looking for. There you are, Myrrh. Hello. From Myrrh and Irk, a.k.a. Baseline Human. Thank you, y'all. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. All right. I'll get to that one in just a second. We're going to actually open 2 packs. While y'all are throwing out gas tanks for Myrrh, because, again, these gifts fund these streams. It is a 1-to-1. You like the streams, the gifting is the way to keep it going. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have to worry about making rent, but that's not the world we live in. If you like these streams, do what Myrrh is doing. Gift for a couple packs. You not only get to feel good about supporting your favorite streamer, wink. You also get to see some packs that you sponsor, which is cool. So, thank you very much, Myrrh. Appreciate you. And Stingy Ray, I believe that's Stingy Ray. Yes. Okay. I see a different name, but I'm connecting it. Okay, that's good to know that is the name you have on Cash App. Stingy Ray just gifted $5. Thank you very much, Stingy Ray, via Cash App. I appreciate you. Which closes up the second pack, which brings us 2 packs, and you've asked for a bean, which I can do. Thanks to user52, or no thanks to user52. I don't know. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And also, all right, hold on. Let me look at this chat really quick. I'm missing some stuff. Okay, so I redid the prediction. Okay, gotcha. All good. No Nugget today. It's really hard for me to bring Nugget with my arm because like pushing the stroller, and it's hard enough to carry a bag on one arm. Sadly, until my arm heals, I won't be able to do Nugget out in the wild streams until I have my other arm, sadly. My New Year's resolution kind of girl, I don't think so, but I'm trying not to assume. I actually kind of want to be this year. Remind me to talk about that in a little bit once we open our packs. Now, Myrrh, you also have to tell me, do you want to go random or do you want to pick the art on the outside of the pack? There's Cruella, Mickey, and Goofy. You tell me. Oh, user52 gifted a sub to Bulbasaur Meow. Thank you, user52. So that's 600 points. We call that 800. So we're only 700 away from pack number 3 for a bean. Yeah, I gotcha. Hello, Savvy. Hello. Sorry, your shoulder still hurts. Thank you, Miss Patty. All right, random it is. Forgot it has my actual name. No. I'll call you Stingy. It's fine. Hello, Loaf. All right, we're going random. I'm going to pick 2 random packs here. 2 random packs, baby. 1, 2. These are fabled. And I'll do the bean in just a second. These are fabled. Wait, how do we want to do this again? Oh wait, can you see the iPad? No. Okay. Just try and scooch as close as I can to get the cards as close as possible. Hello, Frankie. I got it. I got it. First try, baby. Oh, thank you, Miss Patty. Appreciate you. I might actually take this brace off in a little bit. Here we go. That close enough? Maybe I'll just like move the camera closer when this happens. Just a little bit. You know what? Here. It's easier. There we go. All right. Rapunzel. Let's see, make sure it's in focus. Gaston. Mickey Mouse. Aladdin. Your tat looks healed already. It is getting there, but I think I'm still going to do more with it. I still need it needs the touch up for sure, but that's going to be in like a few weeks. But I might also like make it a little bit more fancy. All right, we got Mulan, and our last one of the pack is Louis. Okay. No, not bad. We got that super rare Mulan. Ooh. But I have a peppermint tea, please. Thanks. A super rare Mulan, not bad. Oh, thank you. Stinging gifted a sub to Panera. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, that means we're 100 bits away. Oh, someone gifted a few bits. You know what? We'll go ahead and open the third pack. We'll reset it. Thank you, K-Pop. All right, and I know I'm a little behind on the chat right now. That's not me being delayed. That is just me opening packs and being a little slow. All right, this one is going to be the one that Murr sponsored. And I believe you can now predict if I'm going to spill on myself. Are we going to Frankie? What are we looking for? We're looking for either the Mickey or the Minnie, or really any enchanted card. We already have the Mickey. They have still not yet processed my dang Mickey submission for grading. But, you know, every day we grow closer to it, I guess. Got 95 bits. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay. All right, here we go. Pack number 2. This is about as close as I can get. I'll like bring them a little bit closer to the camera, just so I don't hurt myself before I put them down. But yeah, I think I'm feeling well enough today to go somewhere. Last week was a bit of a question mark. All right, that was our first rare was Sisu. Second rare is Alice, and our third is third is Stitch. Fourth is a Donald Duck. I believe that's a common. Yeah. Okay. We inch ever closer to our next big pull. Yeah, I'm like not. Last week it was because I remember a week ago today, my mom was still here, and we went to Bar Sprezzatura, which was great. But I remember after that stream getting home and I was like, oh, my body is like telling me right now, don't do this. Like and that's why I streamed at home for the rest of the week, because I was so tired just from that one day of leaving my apartment. So, yeah. You're going to send in the One Piece card to the grader? You should. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend PSA, just so far with my first experience with them, because they're taking forever. All right, I think this is it. First rare, Prince Philip. Second, ooh, a legendary Robin Hood, not bad. And our third is Max Goof. Thank you so much. You got that right here. Thank you very much. And I'll be a few more minutes till I'm ready for food. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Get in here. I was going to ask what their favorite Disney card is, so we can give them to it. Or their favorite Disney character is. Not bad. We got a legendary already today. Oh my God! Who put 38,000 points on? No, I'm not going to spell it. Who did that? Was that you, Frankie? I bet that was you. Also, I owe you a bean, Stingy. This is our new bean dispenser. Okay, this is either. I don't even know what that is. Is it the Wet Dog Top Banana one? I think it's probably the Strawberry Banana Smoothie or Dead Fish. Of course they are, Frankie. All right. This is either Strawberry Banana Smoothie or Dead Fish. Please start to look. What is that? It's not really. What is it? Oh, it's stink bug. I will say not the worst one I could have gotten, but it's not great. It's not great. Ugh. I think that was a stink bug. Yep. Okay. Great. 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 Oh, you resubbed, Ashley? I'm sorry, I missed it. Let me scroll up. Oh. Did you resub? Did it not give me a notification for it? Oh, did you resub before the stream, maybe? Thank you for resubbing. We're so sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate that you were on. For a second, I was like, and then it was bad. How are you only wearing a tank top? I have insulated leggings on, and also I'm inside. Those are two things, you know, that are helpful when it comes to these things. Okay. Now, Frankie, I'm going to try my best for you today to not spill, but, you know, every meal, I'll try my best, but I can't promise anything. I'm going to try my best. Favorite food of all time has got to be pizza, maybe. Please tell me I did it right. Mod, can you tell me? I think you're subscribed. It didn't give me a notification, but it tells me. Maybe a mod can check. Oh, by the way, so, a little context. One of the things I feel like we're missing a little bit since our move to Twitch is the ability for people to ask questions anonymously. Not that you could really do it was a lot easier because there's so many people, and you could just make a burner TikTok account easily and do that to ask questions if you didn't want people to know, you know, like, oh, this is so and so, and like I have a question that I feel I'm kind of embarrassed to ask with my real account. Anyways, I made a Google form, so if anyone wants to ask an anonymous question, it's totally anonymous, you can submit it on the Google form. User52, if you wouldn't mind throwing the link in the chat. I think it's also in the description. You can go and do that. You can, and as long as it's in good faith, which I would imagine most of them will be, ask anything you want. It can be literally anything. So, did you miss the fit check? You did. I'm sorry, Panera. I caught my dogs playing with a stink bug the other day. I never moved so fast to get it away from them. You know, the odds are going to get me eventually. Yeah, they are. There we go. What food won't you eat? Number one is okra. Cannot do okra. There we go. There's the Google form. Thank you, K-pop. Thank you very much, K-pop. Appreciate it. Thank you. So yeah, and in theory, I should be able. Let me see what happens when I tap it. If I go to Gmail, I just want to make sure I'm getting notifications so I can see it. I forgot to share it with user52, of course. Open it with Chrome. Oh God, no. Don't load those tabs. No one saw that, right? Edit. There we go. All right. 0 responses. That is A-okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, if you want, you can submit a question there. If you have like a question about, you know, something that you don't want, like, let's say user52 wants to ask something about bottom surgery, but is too embarrassed to ask maybe, or doesn't want to put their name on that, that's totally fine. You can ask it in that little Google form. All right. I did do a fit check. I did. Stingy paid for it with the channel points. Yeah, New Year's resolution check. Okay, hold on. I made a 15 bean soup and it called for okra. Ew. Oh, thank you. Hello, time off queen. Steroids? Like bodybuilding steroids? I've never done those, nor will I ever do those. Capable of getting embarrassed. I know that for you, Sting. And thank you, time off queen. Okay, New Year's resolution. Let's talk about that really quick, and then we'll read the menu. And we can keep talking about it. But I would like to do a few things in the new year. I would do it New Year or no, but I need to put myself out there more. I'm not putting myself out there enough. Making friends and just keeping myself busy. I feel isolated in San Francisco because I have, like, my people. My people I have. It's not like I don't have friends. I do. The people who I want to grow old with and, like, you know, as like family and friends, those kinds of people. I have those people, but also I don't have those people in San Francisco. So one of the things I want to do in the new year is get out there and do activities, some for myself, but also try to meet people because I've not been doing a good job at that at all. So, yeah. You meant estrogen. Oh, would I recommend estrogen to others? I mean, not anyone, because estrogen is, only, first off, you have to get a doctor to prescribe it to you. But, if you're a trans feminine person and you're looking to make yourself look and feel a certain way, that could be the option, the thing to do. But I wouldn't just say, like, yeah, anyone take estrogen, if that makes sense. Realistically, what would you do if a blue whale flopped into your bedroom? Probably die, right? Because they're very big. A fancy cafe lunch for a fancy broad like yourself, yes, indeed. How's the shoulder healing? It's getting there. It's getting there. Isn't calling women broads offensive? I don't think so. I mean, look, I think that I don't think Janice means it that way. Like in my video, my Lorcana video earlier, I posted today. I was like, did I use the word dame? I feel like broads and dames. It's just silly because no one uses broad like really. It's like a joke. I really relate to this. I have a tendency to isolate myself and not put myself out there much. So friends are far and few between. Yeah, I get that. I'm the same way. I really am, especially because like I have y'all on the stream and I have like people who I speak to very frequently, like my parents and friends, but that's all long distance, like video calls and that kind of thing. It's easy to be like, oh, well, I'm tired. I've had socialization today. You know what I mean? It's easy. By the way, you are almost out of time to predict if I'm going to spill on myself. So go ahead. Do that if you want to wager some channel points. Pottery class. You'll make new friends and you'll have very sexy content of me making clay vases. Perhaps. I'll put it on my list. 2 states in Australia have now banned gender-affirming care for under 18s altogether. Yeah, that's disgusting. Not okay at all. Wait, what was out of like 6? Oh, out of 6 states? Yeah, I know you wouldn't, Janice. I like the word broad. Yeah, broad. You get silly broad. Yeah, I'd love to be a fancy broad, or be called a fancy broad. I think I'm a fancy broad. The older I get, the more I have nobody. Oh, savvy. I mean, I have 2 friends I talk to a lot, but I wouldn't consider them a best friend. And I just feel so lonely a lot. I had to cut off my family. I'm sorry. Being an adult is hard. It really is. It really is. As you get older, it's just harder and harder to make friends. It really is. And you have less and less energy to do stuff. I relate in a big way, Savvy. I really do. I need to do more in the world, but then I get around people and I'm like, never mind, try again tomorrow. Yeah, I 100%. No, you're good, Sting. Hello, Alicia. Why? How's it going? Why do I no longer do lives on TikTok? Because they're just so. There's no moderator tools. It's like exposing myself to a large amount of emotional radiation, and it just over time really isn't great for me. So I'm here. Yes. All of us are your friend. We're all here for you. We are all here for you. Yes. Am I still planning on getting bottom surgery? Absolutely. That is another one of my New Year's resolutions. I need to start the hair removal process up again because I'm not there yet. I need to message my doctor. That is on the list. I'm on the Amazon and Instacart Comic Queen, I think. Tell me about needing to get out. Oh, I understand. Yeah. By the way, maybe once we read the menu, I'm going to make a New Year's resolution list or things that I want to do in the new year. Not necessarily like, I don't want to hold myself, put pressure on myself like I have to do all these things because there's no way I will. I want to make a list. So thank you for these streams. It helps more than you know. I hope you can get the energy to get out there more and make some friends. Thank you. I hope so too. Since my brain fully developed, I'm scared of the world because I see how awful it truly is, so I hardly put myself out there. I get that. I feel the same. You went to the Kraken game last night, and the amount of people in the team store was enough to last me 7 lifetimes. What is Kraken game? That sounds fun. Panera says, oh, put me as a mod on TikTok. I can block like an NFL linebacker. I believe it, Panera, but even with like the most focus and, lightning fast thumbs, there's only so much you can really do. because TikTok is not built with its creators in mind. Its live platform is not. It is built to extract gifts from users. That is like their number one focus. They don't care about the creator experience at all. As like all they, everything they do is built around give the gifts and the gems and like, yeah. So not that that's not important, but you have to have other things to make it attractive to creators. Thank you, Karami. My New Year's resolution is to learn more Spanish. I serve a huge Spanish population at work. That's awesome. How's your Spanish now, currently? Did I watch the new episode of Stranger Things? New episodes. I did. I don't want to do spoilers. I thought they were good. Nothing really blew my mind like the end of the first round of episodes, but I'm very hopeful for the finale. Personally, I think that bottom surgery. I think it's crazy that bottom surgery is still classified as cosmetic. Not for everyone. Like my bottom surgery will be covered as a medically necessary procedure. But yeah, it's unfortunate that a lot of places have it classified as whatchamacallit. Oh my god. Not Myrrh. Freaking Stingy just sent another bean. Gosh darn it. Alright, well that gets us 5 closer to a whatchamacallit. Alright, I'm gonna take this one. It gave me 2. I'm just gonna take 1. Ugh, throw gas tanks out, you freaking weirdos. You just want to see me suffer. That's it. You just want to see me suffer. I am not ready yet. I'm sorry.
No worries,
I'll flag you over if it's easier.
Okay,
Thank you.
just want to check.
I appreciate it. Oh, one more thing. Do you like Disney at all?
Do I like Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Disney character? Or do you have it?
Ooh.
You can think about it. You got so much time.
Okay, let me think about it.
Yeah.
I'll come back to you.
Okay. Give me or a couple favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I see it, Stingy. I see it. You're watching season 5 now. Yeah, we won't talk about it. Okay. Hold on. Let me go. Best thing, the bottom surgery. Not the best season. I think there's really great moments in it. I will reserve judgment until the end. Kraken Knight is hockey. That's fun. Cool. Hockey. God. Oh, thank you, Adriana. Do you feel like you have the same amount of people in your lovelies that you did on TikTok? It's hard to say, because a lot of the engagement on TikTok was negative. So that simply doesn't exist here. Pitting isn't so hard. Okay, that's all good. My Spanish is so now. I can get away with the basic. Gotcha. And so deep in the Stranger Things deep dive on predictions and Easter eggs. Yeah, I'm pretty deep in the algorithm too. You do want the bean dispenser is funny. He's cute. Can I see his face? Who's cute? Who's he? Oh, the server. I'm not gonna ask them to do that. But you're right. This person and I don't know their pronouns, but they are cute. Don't want to see me suffer. Thank you, Loaf. Okay, Stingy. Pump brakes. Why? Patootie? Is that? I don't think that is. Can't do the negative. I'm about to fight everyone in the comment section. Honestly, I appreciate it, but don't feel obligated to do that because I don't even look at the comments as much as I used to. I try not to. I heard someone refer to hockey as the man aquarium. And ever since, I can't get out of my head. Interesting. By the way, I would like to try that show, Heated Rivalry. You know that show? It's like the gay hockey show. Yeah. Hold on, Stingy. I meant Twitch. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we're not doing spoilers, though. We're not doing spoilers. Is hair removal medically necessary under insurance? Yes. Going a few years for this exact reason. I think it should be something you do that makes you happy. I mean, that would be this, opening these. All right, this is either booger or pear. Is that pear? Nope. Gross. No. Don't like it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think technically he's eating them, but starting that show tonight. Yeah, let us know, Amber. It looks very spicy. Giselle loves that show. Hello, Hith. How you doing? Hello, Robin. Hi. Hello. All right, you survived too. What's my sign? Aquarius. My birthday is January 31st, so almost in my birthday month. Someone said, "Oh, and I missed the comment," but someone asked about my arm. I was riding a scooter and I fell and I broke my collarbone, and then I had surgery a few days later, and now I'm healing. And there is a steel plate in my arm that will be removed in about 2.5 months. So I'm okay. There was a comment on your video explaining your shoulder, and the person said, "Oh no, is this scooter okay?" Okay, that's rude. Okay, but can everyone in chat hurry with watching season 5? Not spoiling things aside. Well, let's wait until the season is just done, and then we'll give it a little while, and then we can talk about it. I got you. I saw that too. At work the other day, I got into a very passionate conversation about Elon, and we agreed he's a scary man. Yeah, for sure. What are we having for lunch today? Great question. And yes, Adriana and I are birthday twins. Let's read the menu. Thank you, Robin. You're so sweet. You are so sweet. Let's drink some tea and read the menu. We're at a fancy cafe today. That's true, Lila. Unfortunately, this is just not the place to speculate. I would love to, trust me, I would love to deep dive. But we can't be, I don't like excluding people. People who are in the middle of it, like, come on. That's why I like to do food streams. And one of the reasons I tend to stay away from gaming streams, even though I know we've done them, because not everyone likes gaming. But everyone eats food. Everyone does. Stingy, I'm just going to say chaotic. Your personality is chaotic. I might be the only person who has never watched Stranger Things. My mom hasn't either. But I don't think she would, because she doesn't like when kids are in danger in like movies and TV. Her kid's birthday is January 3rd. Wow. Mad they didn't want to come out on December 28th to be my birthday treat. You got a late birthday present in season 1. Yeah. Okay. They have a market salad. That has hand harvested greens, shaved seasonal vegetables, choice of Cabernet vinaigrette or creamy herb dressing. They have a summer panzanella salad. We've had it before. It's too big. That's what she said. The pieces are too big in the salad. It tastes good. It's just, and it's also got. I struggle sometimes with croutons that are really hard because they kind of tear up the roof of your mouth. They have a green goddess salad with gem lettuces, radish, boiled egg, herb, bacon, and goat cheese. And a quinoa salad with sweet potatoes, snap peas, avocado, ginger shallot vinaigrette, kale, etc. Okay. Apps and toasts. They have a house smoked trout toast. It has boursin spread. It's like that tangy cheese spread. Dill sliced cucumber, cherry tomato, caper, and olive oil. Had it before. It's great. They have a beef tartare toast. Something we have never gotten here. Always kind of managed to find something else. This has pickled Romano bean pesto. I'm assuming that's like a spread. Parmigiano Reggiano, caper, and fried garlic. They have tuna tartare with winter squash miso, harissa soy vinaigrette, sesame seed, garlic, chili crisps. They have a San Marzano tomato soup. We've had that relatively recently since coming here. Truffle deviled eggs. I think we've had that recently too. And then a crab and artichoke dip. It is expensive. It is $30 for an appetizer, but it is real crab. With Swiss chard, olive oil poached artichokes, sourdough toast with dill pollen butter. That would be substituting a main. Not just because of the cost, because I've had it and it's heavy. All right, hold on. Let me catch up on the chat really quick. Okay. Some enjoy watching you eat more than others. I am learning this. Have I tried Cava or Chipotle? I've had both of them, yes, and I enjoy them both. I've only had Cava once, but I've had Chipotle many times. I struggle getting into TV shows. The last one I got into was Santa Clarita Diet. Oh, that was a great show. I wish people on Insta would at least watch one stream because, like, you don't really get it. I don't know if this is the right term, quote, reality Lily. Like, I think your Insta is a lot more about activism, and people don't know how nice and funny you really are. Thank you. I appreciate that. Last night, I matched with, like, a cutie on a dating app, and they liked me first. And then I accepted the like. We went into the chat. They had a picture of them with a guitar. I was like, hey, how long have you been playing guitar? And they said, didn't respond to that. They just said, "Are you Lily Tino?" And I said, "I am. I am." And then just got unmatched. Huge bummer. Not that that's like the end of the world, but it's like dating is hard. Homemade Chipotle is the way to go. Sure. Craving tea. Tea is great. Did I tell you what David Craig got me for Christmas? No, Janice. We love David Craig. David Craig is Janice's person. I made homemade Chipotle vinaigrette. Yummy. A puppy? Was that a puppy? Swiss chard thing. You mean the crab dip? Hello, Beep Boop. How are you? Welcome, Beep Boop. Beep Boop. I got a Pioneer Woman pots and pans set. Nice. I bet that's fancy. Are they orange like her hair? I bet they are. Good job, David Craig. I'm also annoyed they canceled Santa Clarita Diet. That was a great show. Stupid. Oh, did it get season? I know it got at least 2 seasons. Did it get a 3rd? Or was it canceled after 3? I forget. Yeah, and the thing is, Amber, they were a trans woman. The person who unmatched me, it was another trans woman. A liberal, San Francisco-based trans woman. Hello, Jerry Bear. How you doing? Canceled after the second one. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to see if anyone has submitted anonymous questions yet. I don't think so. Any responses? Submit away. Also, there's a bit.ly link, user52. I sent you in your text messages that can condense it. Not that it really matters, but yeah, wow, right? I've noticed some people think they're liberal and they aren't. I mean, I'm not saying this person isn't. I'm just saying that, like, this wasn't like a, this person, the call is coming from inside the house. I'll say thank you to Beep Boop for gifting 100 bits. I appreciate you, my friend. I love you. A cheers to you. For supporting me, supporting my recovery, supporting my electricity and rent and bills and all that stuff, and also the delicious food we're going to eat today. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me. Beep Boop. Your 500 brings us to 1,000, I think, which is only 500 bits away from another pack. We've already pulled the legendary today, but I think we can pull better. I think we can. Think of it as in it's so cool you get recognized. That's like the negative way to get recognized. Like I got recognized, was it yesterday? When did I see Anaconda? I saw Anaconda over the weekend. I think that was Saturday. Some some people in the train were like, "Oh, are you Lily?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And that was nice. But then I'd much rather it be flipped, where the person on the train didn't want to see me and the person on the dating app did. Yeah. If we're being honest, at first I didn't really like you, but then I started watching your lives, and now I'm like, "What? She's great." Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad I could win you over. Yes, we do love Beep Boop. I'm doing good, Beep Boop. How are you doing? I was about to say great. I'm not doing poorly. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I hope you make some amazing food for David Craig. I'm sure he's getting good food. Oh, I remember about maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I moved to the Bay Area. I think you and I matched. Really? But you were too nervous to make the first move and say hi, so I think we just stayed matched. Is that so? Are you still in the Bay Area? Match me again. And now you're my favorite streamer. Thank you. You made some eggs. Nice. There we go. Okay. Let's continue reading. We have handmade tagliatelle, which I would consider today. It's pasta. Handmade pasta with lamb shank sugo sauce, spring green cream. That's what they called me in high school. It's like a green goddess sauce. And olive chili crisps. They have a tuna niçoise. It's a salad with Kalamata olive aioli, gold potatoes, celery salad, mustard seed, tarragon dressing, and frisee lettuce. They have a roasted summer squash with truffle ricotta mousse, za'atar roasted pistachios, tomato water vinaigrette, and shaved fennel slaw. The last of the mains before we get to the sandwich section is an open face chicken parm with San Marzano pomodoro, mozzarella, roasted pepper giardiniera, and garlic bread. Oh, Beep Boop, closing it out with another pack. Thank you, Beep Boop. Beep Boop, you get to pick now. You get to pick, my friend. Throw some love out for Beep Boop. Supporting this stream, keeping it going. If Beep Boop knows, Beep Boop likes the stream, I would imagine, because Beep Boop is a very frequent and generous gifter. The stream doesn't happen without your support. It does not happen. I do not get paid just for being here. That's why they're ads, because like there are bills to pay. So if you like this stream, just like you would tip your bartender, I love doing this. I will keep doing this as long as I can. So, beep boop. Thank you for sending another 500 bits. You get to pick. Do we want to go random, or do you want to pick? I got Mickey, Goofy, and Cruella. Do you get to pick between if you want to pick like a specific one? All right, hold on. No pistachio. Pistachios do sound good. Palmada olive thing does sound good. I agree. I just don't like dating apps. Had Wiz? I've never heard of Wiz. It's full of weirdos. Okay. Random, you got it. All right. And then I will read the rest of the menu. When is Lily answering the anonymous question? Oh, there we go. Okay, we got 2 anonymous questions. I'll answer them both real quick. Hi, Lily. I want to ask what your favorite food is of all time. No problem. It is the what's it called? The mozzarella. No, the margarita pizza from Tony's. They put it in the oven for like 60 seconds or something short like that. It is handmade dough. It is the chewiest, most delicious, most simple pizza, and I could eat like 2 a day for the rest of my life and be happy. They're so good. Also, someone asked, how old is Foxy Alex? So I know that answer, but I what are they? They're in their 20s. They're in their 20s. Does that help? They're not like 18 or anything. They're a reasonable age gap from me. If that is that what you're asking? I think that's probably what someone's insinuating something. Maybe, I don't know actually, but I think they're maybe a few years older than they say on their page, because that's the industry they're in. Oh my, holy, whoa. Hold on, damn, Frankie, look at that, and hello, Victoria, look at that. 10 frickin' subs. Oh my god. That's insane. Dang, Brittany. All these people getting no ads for the next month? That's huge. Y'all, throw the love out for Frankie. That is huge. Seriously. Like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. Yo, this, again, Frankie knows Baseline Human. Another. Go gas things out for Baseline. Baseline, of course, is Murr's partner. Yes, it's Frankie, but all good. It's not ever. It's. We got to be getting close to that 30 days, right, Frankie, where you can change your name so people stop dead naming you. Anyways, this is how the stream keeps going, y'all. This is like. If you've never been here for me to explain why we use gas tanks or why I say gas in the tank, like I am an engine that will keep going forever. I will be doing this until I am old and wrinkled, and like we're going out for the early bird specials at 3 p.m. dinner when we're all like I'll do that. Like I'm an engine that will keep running as long as y'all are willing to put gas in it. And Frankie just put a freaking huge amount of gas in it, so I'm gonna. Go ahead. We have 1 pack that Beep Boop sponsored. That is 4 packs, right? This 10 times 6 is 60. 60 divided by yeah. That's 4. That's 4 packs, right? Yeah, 4 packs from Frankie. That's huge. And Baseline Human got us a third of the way towards another pack, which is insane. Thank you so much, y'all. We are opening some packs, so. Here, let me go ahead. I'm just gonna shuffle it up, and we're gonna take 1 for Beep Boop, 1 or 4 for Frankie, and we're gonna open some. But we should probably decide on an app first, all right? Yes. And then I will catch up on the chat. I'm so sorry I'm not caught up on the chat. Okay, this is Beep Boop's pack, and these are Frankie's. All right, Beep Boop on top. Let's decide on an app first. Salad. They have these dates that I really quite like. No. I want to open the packs first. I'll catch up on chat. Nice to see you out and about. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, Victoria. How are you doing? Yeah, wow, catching up on chat. The pizza. Dating apps suck, but I met my wife on one. They can't all be that bad. You know what? Remind me once we open packs and food in like maybe 20 minutes. I redid my dating profile, and I think I'm able to show. I'll see if I can find a way to show you. Once you open the pack, make the tea cool. Owen Wilson, wow, yes. 2 weeks and 5 days. Okay, all right, we're getting there. We'll celebrate the day that it changes. Oh, thank you, Stingy. Stingy. Yes, thank you to Frankie. Not to be a bummer, but I'm so depressed today, and this notification just fixed everything. I'm glad, Catherine. Hugs for Catherine. We love Catherine, and thank you, K-pop, for the bits. Okay, we're starting with Beep Boop. Because of my arm, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of have them here and then bring the card towards the camera before I put it down. That's how we're going to open these packs. We have 5 to open. We are looking for the Minnie or Mickey iconic cards. The Mickey is worth $1,500. The Minnie is $800. I think that's silly. I think the Minnie should be worth more because, yeah. Am I still dating what happened to my spicy friend? I'm not dating anyone right now, sadly. I was kind of dating someone, but then I had to end it because they're polyamorous, and I am not polyamorous. I am monogamous. Monogamish at most. At most. All right, rare number 1. Yeah. Rare number 1, we got Shere Khan. That's Jungle Book. Rare number 2, Family Fishing Pole. Rare number 3, ooh, an Anna. Fancy. There's Beep Boop's pack, sponsored by Beep Boop. Thank you, Beep Boop. I do love that card. Even though it's a common card, I do love that card. Anything from Frozen is going to make me happy. So mission accomplished on that pack, for sure. What happened to the spicy friend? I haven't seen them since I broke my arm because spicy things are quite difficult at this moment. I'm really craving some Chinese food today, like egg rolls. Wait, hold on. No, that wasn't. It was these. Egg rolls, cream cheese, wontons, and sweet and sour sauce. Like a crab rangoon, perhaps. Mm-hmm. And the server maybe pre-cut a few hopeful packs. Pre-cut a few hopeful packs. Oh, no. I'm good. I can open them just fine. It just, I have to kind of accommodate. Were you able to see the cards on that first one? If not, I can do it differently. I can, but let me know. Made me switch from poly to monogamous. It just, I don't know. I'm looking for my main person. Like I'm okay with the possibility of once a relationship is established to, fool around here and there, bring another person in for some fun. Like that is fine. But that's like not like the primary thing. I'd like to find someone to grow old with. That is my goal. How's the shoulder? It is getting there. It's still a little painful though. How was my Christmas? I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of lonely. After the stream, I just kind of sat around. It was not the best Christmas I've had. All right, first rare, here we go. This is sponsored, of course, by Frankie, who gifted 10 subs earlier. We got Janie, we got Shell Necklace, and Elsa. So look, two Frozens in a row. We got Elsa and Anna back to back. Yes, monogamish. Yeah, I'm not doing the poly thing anymore, sadly. What kind of restaurant are we at today? We're at a fancy cafe today. Fancy cafe. Somehow my ADHD hard focus meal has been sweet and sour chicken. I feel that. Mine currently is cereal. Crave cereal. I love it. To be frank, even if I met you in person, even on accident, I'd probably tweet out. It's funny. Praying for an obsessed monogamous baddie to head your way. Catherine, thank you. Thank you for keeping me in your prayers. Appreciate it. Sorry, hopefully the hangout with the stream was nice. It was nice. Once again, another pack sponsored by Frankie. Once you find your main person, do you think you would date a third or just fool around? No, that's fine, Ashley. It would be just fooling around stuff with other people. Again, not even something that I need in a relationship. Yeah, definitely. I tried poly. I've dipped my toe in and experienced it. It's just not for me. And I have respect, mad respect to all the poly people out there. I wish I could, but I just can't. All right, Heart of Tafiti. That's a Moana card. We have a Mickey Mouse, super rare, and Rapunzel. We're getting a lot of princesses today. There we go. How was taking the bus? All right, pack number 3, sponsored by Frankie. How was taking the bus with the sling? Have I taken a bus yet? I think so. It's fine. It's fine. I can take my arm out of the sling. It's not like I can. I actually do to sleep, which is probably not good, but it's just really hard to sleep with it on. It's just when I move it in the wrong way, it can be painful. But it's way less painful than it was a week ago. Panera, I am. Wait, hold on. Let's speak the monogamous baddie to existence. Yes, do a monogamous baddie dance. I got a phone call. Who was in their 20s and did Lily order any food yet? Not yet. We're getting there, though. Getting there. I want to go back to my 20s, even if I was 29. I mean, I am enjoying my 30s more than I enjoyed my 20s. My 20s were miserable. I mean, I guess I could go back and do it better, but I'm still having more fun now. All right, we got second star to the right, strength of a raging fire, and 4 dozen eggs. All right. When you stream at home, what games do you play? I really haven't been streaming. I mean, even the streams at home, I haven't been playing as much game stuff, doing much game stuff. We really just hang out. Valorant, maybe? Will I find my princess tonight? But I do play a lot of Valorant on my own. I'm going to try Arc Raiders soon, but I keep video game stuff generally not as a focus of my content because as much as I love it and I can talk a lot about it and I enjoy it, not everyone in the Lilies Lovelies community is a gamer. And gaming is not like a core central thing about our community at all. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I just, one of my main things is I don't like excluding people. So, it's all well and good if every single person who's watching the stream is a gamer, but they're not. So I don't like excluding people that way. Sisu, all right, final of these polls. Look at this family. It's a rare hollow or a rare foil. It's not bad, but yeah, not so bad. Thank you, Frankie, for gifting. And I think we're what, like 500 away from that? Not bad. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Beep-Boop. Well, I found my princess tonight. Oh, yeah. Let's plug Lorcana Lily really quick. I do another I have an account where I open Lorcana cards, Lorcana Lily. Someone asked what my favorite funny movie was in the anonymous questions. Totally a fine question to ask, but just know that if you put it in the anonymous questions, I won't see it immediately. So it's better to ask stuff like funny movie stuff you can ask in the regular chat. I promise I'll answer it. The anonymous stuff is for like if you have a question that you don't necessarily want to attach your name to, like what's about trans stuff or my dating stuff, or you feel like it might be a slightly offensive question, but you mean it in good faith. Like that would be a good place to put that question, and I promise I will answer it. Have you considered singing around town like a Disney princess? The person you find would at least be interesting. Singing around town. I mean, like looking for a date? Do I drink coffee? Sadly, no. I used to, but then I had to quit. I'm knocking on 40, and I don't know about this. I turned 27 yesterday. Happy belated. I'm not ready to turn 30, but it's exciting to know what life will be like during that era. I like it. Let's just say 30, flirty, and thriving forever. Agreed. I've always seen the group as a nerdy bunch, though. Oh, for sure. And I would imagine that probably more people in this community than not do play video games. But, it is my philosophy that if there's a room of 100 people and there's one person that feels excluded and it's, not like harmful or disruptive to like accommodate that person, then accommodate it, right? Especially because this community wasn't built around gaming and I'm not trying to rebuild it around gaming. Like that's never going to be a core focus of what I do online. So at least I don't have any plans to change, but I logged into the dating app and it says I still have my matches, but I have to spend $14 to view them. Yeah, I get that kind of thing too. You can only do so much for free. Yep, there we go. Sounds good. 40 ain't bad at all. I'm not worried about 40 either. Do I have any advice for quitting gardening? Yeah, let me get to that in a second. Let's order some food really quick. Okay, they have a chicken salad croissant, Cubano sandwich, a sirloin French dip, summertime BLT, chicken Caesar wrap, Sebastian's turkey sandwich, and a croissant grilled cheese. Huh. Opportunity slaw sounds kind of good, but I wouldn't mind something warm. There's not a whole lot warm on this menu. They have soup. The crab dip is warm. Tagliatelle pasta is warm. Summer squash. Actually, there's more stuff on this menu. What am I talking about? I'm between the handmade pasta, the tuna niçoise salad. It's like a very fancy salad, and the chicken Caesar wrap. Can we do a poll, user 52? The tuna salad. It's not like it's like fresh like seared tuna probably. Handmade pasta and chicken Caesar wrap. So advice for quitting gardening. I tried quitting gardening, and by the way, gardening. For those of you who are wondering what that means, gardening. Think about it. I was like hooked on it for years. I tried a bunch of times and I failed a bunch of times. You gotta fight every day. It's not something you can just decide to do and then like, if you're not, you have to show up ready to fight every day and remind yourself constantly that you want to do this. User 52. So they are tuna salad, handmade pasta, and chicken Caesar wrap. Turning 40 was a nightmare, but 41 is okay. You know. Animal Crossing. I don't even know how to stream that. I don't even have a Switch. I gave mine away. I want a Switch too, but I don't have the money for it. Every time I get hurt, my immediate response is, I'm aging like milk. Yeah, I feel that. Handmade pasta is always the move. Not a bad point. Chicken Caesar wrap says Panera. Crumbling antique is worth more than something young. Did? Tuna niçoise is yummy. Is user 52 like the tech person? Yes. / my boss. Kind of. I thought this whole time you were quitting actual gardening. No. Herbal gardening. It's just a way to talk about it without being explicit about it. I would do anything for a fresh pasta with Alfredo. I had to quit cold turkey when I got pregnant. Tea helps a lot. Interesting. Hello, Kelly. How's it going? Ooh, look at that. Beep boop coming in immediately. You know what? Let's go ahead straight up while y'all are throwing the gas tanks. Oh, wait, Beep boop. Do you want to pick random versus... we love Beep boop. Immediately with another pack. Right there. Right there, y'all. Beep boop bop. Beep boop. Beep boop. You got it, Beep boop. Beep boop supporting the stream today. I'm not... Of course, all the cards just dropped. This stream does not happen without your support. It's like PBS. For those American viewers here, this is going to be a fit check really quick while I pick up some cards. I'm just right next to the table, though, don't worry. These streams don't happen without y'all support. They don't. I wish they did, but they don't. It is gifts like, especially Frankie and Beep Boop this stream, a couple other gifts. Stingy, I think, gift to someone. User 52 gift to someone. These gifts keep this community going. Not just for me to be able to do it, but for y'all to be able to be here and have this community too. It's all of ours. So even if you're not able to gift, please say thank you to Beep Boop and anyone else who gifts, because that is the reason this keeps going. So, thank you. All right. Random. How did the poll do? Let's see. Chicken Caesar wrap winning over pasta and tuna salad. Okay. I'm not opposed to any of these. Any of these are fine. We are going to do dessert as well. So fear not on that. All right, we're looking for Mickey or Minnie here, y'all. These are the chase cards for this set. They're worth quite a bit. We already found the Mickey, and I sent it in. I'm waiting for it to come back for grading. From grading. Not that is Mickey, but it's not the Mickey. If we get the Mickey, you'll know. Or the Minnie, because they are very fancy looking, and they look different than, like, very different from any of the other cards. First rare, Jasmine. Second rare, Magic Feather. And the third is... Oh, Max Goof. That's pretty cool. That's actually really solid. The foil Max Goof. One of the better pulls today. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Well done, Beep Boop. Well done, Beep Boop. Ooh, handmade pasta. Pulling ahead. All right. Wow. That was impressive. Y'all handmade pasta people came through. Right. Very cool. Cool. All right. Cool. So we'll get the handmade pasta. I don't think there's an appetizer on here that I'm like, oh my god, but we will get dessert. Because honestly, the appetizer, if they had the dates, I would get those. They had these dates for a while that were like dates with like they had like a sauce on them. They were warmed up, and I think they had like cheese or something inside. It was really good, but I'm good on appetizers. We'll get the handmade pasta, and then we'll talk about dessert in a little bit. Oh my gosh, y'all! Beep Boop sent another gift. Holy crap, y'all! Throw out the gas tanks. They sent a separate gift via Venmo. $20. Let's go ahead and Beep Boop. You've been so generous. Let's open 2 packs. Why not? You've been so generous today, my friend. Thank you. They said, hello, beautiful friend. Hi. You're looking like a snack today with the eye emoji. Thank you. Wishing you all the best in 2026 with a heart emoji. You will be blessed with the best, sweetest baddie, this emoji, in your life. You deserve it. Thank you, people. You are so sweet. I hope so. I would like to be blessed with the baddie. I'll throw those gas tanks out for a Beep Boop. Okay? Throw them out. They just sponsored 2 more packs. Wait, hold on. Random? Or I have 1 of each kind. And that's it. We've gone through almost all these today. That's crazy. Let me know. Love you, friend. You deserve the best. Thank you. And as for Patty, do I have one that I want to date? No, there's no one who's like, oh, I'm crushing on them. They're in the city, like I hang out with them. No. I wish. But I'd like to date someone. I'd like to find my person. I've done a lot of work on myself, especially the last few years. I feel like I'm really ready. I just haven't found anyone, sadly. So working on it, and thank you, Beep Boop. I hope that I find 2026 the year of finding the baddie. Someone should turn Lily into a Disney trading card. I would love that. That would be incredible. All right. Random is good. All right. We're going to take these 2. There we go. All right. We'll start with the Mickey pack. I'm telling you, we've pulled 1 legendary today. I have a good feeling about these last 2. Or I guess there's technically 3 left. I have a good feeling. They will find you and be so lucky. Thank you. I'm going to work on manifesting it. I just got to get out there. I will say that okay, also I need to work on getting email notifications for the anonymous questions because I have to just like manually. Okay, we got a 4th one. Oh, okay, here's a good one. This was about polyamorous stuff. They said, would you swing with your partner or do you prefer to play together? That's a great question. I don't know. It would depend on the partner, which I know is not a great answer, but I don't know. It would depend on our dynamic and how that works out. Mama Odie, not bad, and okay. For the second pack. I know it's not like a super long answer, but it would just depend, really, is the answer. All right. I did get a drawing at Disney. I don't know where that thing went. But that also, I think it would be a different style of card that we'd be looking for. Or a different style of drawing because that was more of a caricature as opposed to like the Lorcana cards, which are, probably drawn digitally, is my guess. And a lot more detailed and flattering. Do I have any plans for New Year's? I wish I did. I don't. Monster the Rescue. Oh, it's all good. My address has sadly been out there for a long time. There we go. Ooh, ho, ho, Beep Boop, a legendary Mickey. Now, this is not the iconic Mickey, but it's not a bad card at all. These things are in high demand. That's a good card. Someone will look up how much this costs. Mickey Mouse Brave Little Prince. Not the iconic one, the legendary one. That's a great one. And then we got this thing but not bad at all. This is definitely the best card, best pull of the day so far. Thanks to Beep Boop. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. That's a great one. You can see it's legendary. Legendary kind of has some texture. All right. I'm going to flag down our server. We're going to order our pasta because our server, I said, I'll flag them down, and that's when I'll order because they have other stuff going on. All right, hold on. They will look over here any moment. In 5. Nope, don't turn right. Turn left. Not to interrupt. Can y'all still see me in the shot right now? I'm not sure if you can. Maybe you can. Whenever you're ready. All right. By the way, this is the fit of the day. Ta-da. If they make green tea scented deodorant, you buy it. I am almost certain that exists. It's all good. Who does something like that? Nasty people on the internet. You can see Cake just through the pants though, right? Confuses me is all the titles and what they mean. Trans, etc. Do you mean like what does it mean to be transgender? Is that what you mean, Miss Patty? I'm happy to explain it if you'd like. Looks like $8 for that card. Not bad. That is more than the cost of the pack. Pretty good, if you ask me. Pretty good. Pretty good. Put all of the non-rare cards on one place. $3 and a paperclip. Deal. Yes. Okay. So what does it mean to be transgender? I will answer that. Mine's so blown looking at card prices. Yeah, exactly, Brittany. Good ROI on the pack. Absolutely is. Absolutely is. Thank you again. Okay. So what does it mean to be transgender? A great question. So I'm gonna use props for this one once I get my workstation organized. I'm gonna use jelly beans. Can I just open the whole thing? Maybe jelly beans aren't the greatest prop for this, actually. Okay, so what does it mean to be transgender? So I'm gonna kind of take us on a walk here. You just gotta come with me, okay? Trust me, I'm getting around to the point. So back in the day, by that I mean like 1950s and before that, maybe even a little later than that, we had a little bit of an outdated understanding on how things worked. In a broad sense, right? Science is not nearly as far along as it is now. We know things more now, okay? Back then, if you were born with a man, right? If you had the body parts that I had, the word trans didn't even exist back then, so that's not what we're talking about. Let's just say you're a man. It is assumed that you're attracted to who? Women, right? There is no question that you could be attracted to anyone other than women back then, right? It was the assumption no matter what. And the thinking was, it's the default. It's not just the default, it's the only way. Did gay people exist? Of course they did. But they were considered unwell, right? They were considered sick. They were like an anomaly. Like, it's not like that was a valid thing you could be. It was just like a weird, no, we don't do that, right? Today in 2025, we know that a man can be attracted to women. That would be a straight man. Or a man could be attracted only to other men. That would mean they're gay, right? There is no definite version of what a man is attracted to, right? Whereas before, we thought, only women. But now we know, could be men, could be women, could be both. Could I have the handmade tagliatelle, please? Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And I would go Chicken Little, maybe. That's my favorite.
Chicken Little.
Chicken Little.
Is that even a Disney character?
Yeah, Disney.
Okay. Can you give me...
I thought you wouldn't guess that one.
I never would have guessed that one.
Or maybe Wall-E.
Wall-E, okay. What about, you have a third place? If you can come up with one, let me know.
Elsa in Frozen.
Gotcha.
All right.
Elsa, thank you. We're going to give our server the Elsa card. Remind me at the end.
Completely forgot what you ordered.
Tagliatelle. It's all good. Thank you. I will catch up with the chat. So, Ms. Patty, why am I talking about this? Let's bring it to the idea of being trans, right? So, just like back in the day, if you were a man, there was only one version of the kind of person you would be attracted to, and that was women. But now we know it's more complicated than that. Let's apply the same thinking to gender itself. Okay, so when you are born with the body part that I was born with. Okay? Maybe this is not the greatest prop, but you know what I'm saying. When you're born with that body part, for a long time, it was assumed that no matter what, if you were born with that body part, you're a man. And a lot of people still believe that. However, us enlightened folks who understand that experiences of other humans other than ourselves are valid, and just because you don't feel the same way doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? Empathy, very in 2025, going in 2026. Just because you were born with a certain body part, we know your gender is not determinate. In the same way, I kind of set the example of just because, you're a man doesn't mean you have to be attracted to women. You might be attracted to men, right? Just because you were born with a P doesn't necessarily mean you're a man in the first place. Okay? Why is that? Right? We're talking about biology versus society. Right? Yes, the biology is there. That is the part that I have. Currently. Looking into changing that. But that is the part that I have. But all it is flesh and blood. Right? It's cells that are stuck together, build up a little lump of thing, right? It's not all that different from the other version, at least in the womb. And there are a lot of similarities, right? So what is gender compared to biology? Gender is a much bigger thing. Gender and biology really aren't linked, right? Gender is how you walk. Gender is how you talk. Gender is how you hold yourself. Gender is how you socialize. Gender is what you wear. Gender is a million different things, right? It's almost impossible to define gender. I'm sure you could in the dictionary. But gender is a very broad idea that applies to a million different things that make up who you are as a human. Gender, in fact, is everything but biology. So when you're born with a P, and you go through your life, and you're like, oh my God, this was me. Everyone keeps telling me I'm a boy or I'm a man, and I just don't feel like that label applies. People keep telling me I'm something, and it was never even a question. I had a gender reveal party. They said I'm a boy. I was given a boy name. I have, everything is blue instead of pink. But like, oh my God, I am so envious. Like, why can't I just be a girl? Is that even an option? The answer is yes. Okay. What it comes down to is your biology, your body parts, do not determine your gender. And Miss Patty, I'm assuming just from your name and there being a miss there that you're a cis woman, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. You, or someone who I'm assuming is like you have the opposite part that I have. And you were told, hey, you're a girl, right? You're a woman. If you're told you're a girl and you are a girl, you're never going to question that there was any other possibility, right? But if you were a girl, but if you were assigned female at birth, right? If the world said you're a girl, but you actually were a boy, that disconnect would occur to you, right? That's who trans people are, right? The gender we are, our true self doesn't match the label we were given. Does that make sense? I know that was a long road to get there. A much simpler way of thinking about it is, let's say you're an apple and someone gave you the label orange, and the world sees you as an orange, treats you like an orange, but you know you're an apple. Right? It's the same thing. All right. I want to back up in the chat real quick. Hold on. Frankie gifted K-pop a sub. Thank you very much for that. Let's say we're at 500 from the next pack, or about 900, 600, 1,200. God, I can't do math right now. 6. God, I cannot do 900. Close enough. Thank you very much. Throw gas tanks out. Thank you, Brittany. Doctor just gave me the green light to stop wearing chin strap. Oh, incredible, Loaf. Yeah, how is that healing going otherwise? Good for you. I first discovered salad fingers. Oh my gosh. Gardening extensively, watching it sober versus green thumbed wild. I can't do that, but those videos are so weird. My Steam Deck gets here tomorrow. Incredible. Awesome. Rusty spoons. No. Your mom believes it. Yeah. I cannot get on board with salad fingers. Brains of trans women and cis women shaped in the same way. Interesting. I left for a bit and came back to these comments. Welcome back. Forgive me if this is rude, but I think you got something on your hand. These, you mean? These are my new tattoos. My kid heard you and said she is a girl. Sure. Why do you think people pretend? In what way? What way? Pretend in what way? It is important to realize that gender expression and gender identity are separate as well. Very true. Very true. Like I said, gender is what you wear, but like it's important distinction that, you know, wearing a dress doesn't make you a girl. So your point is well taken, Cozy Cove instead. Thank you, Frankie. I'm a girl who likes blue more than pink. As is your right. As is your right. And of course, Miss Patty, I hope it helped. I don't know, like for me, I was raised gender non-conforming. I was allowed to wear whatever I wanted, which is the way it should be for every kid. I finished my tea. I'm glad that it was perfect. Glad to see you're doing well. Thank you, Nick. We are 7 away from 130 subs. That's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you, everybody. I love y'all. Am I going to get bottom surgery? Yes. Yes, I am. It just is a long preparation to get there. A lot of hair removal. You know. I'm so sorry. It's hard to see on my screen. Oh, no, you're good. What do they stand for? So when my mom was visiting recently, we went into the tattoo parlor, and she held my hand, and where her fingertips touched is where I got these little dots. And I'm going to make them look fancier over time, but it's just like the starting point. Isn't that cute? Oh, check that out. So it's like my mom's holding my hand all the time. Well, thank you, user52. Sent $5 for a bean. And they said, sing it like the thong song. Bean, ba-bean, bean, 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 bean. I don't even know if I've ever heard the thong. I know how it goes. Oh, wait, no, it's not a pack. I think we're now 300 away from one more pack. Thanks to user. These are gross beans. They're nasty. Okay, we're going to take the yellow one. Because the black one is nasty either way. Because it's black licorice or burnt rubber. And neither are good. All right, this one is either wet dog or top banana. And I really could use a banana right now. I really could. You're gross, though. I mean, thank you, but you're also gross. And I don't like it. Yeah. Green. Will we be 3 for 3 bad beans? I guess we're going to find out. Are we playing with the jelly beans today? I guess. Here we go. It's wet dog. Ew. User52, when you sent me these beans, did you swap out all the good ones? Oh. How many beans for a sub? Beans for a sub. I think just because I really hate eating those beans, you have to gift specifically for the bean. I don't want the subs. I don't want subs to count. You have to gift specifically for the bean. And you know what? We're putting it up to 750. It's no, $8. You want me to eat another bean? It's 8. I hate those beans. They're so gross. Also, I forgot my chopsticks. For any of you wanting to do wrong utensil, user52 sent me chopsticks and a flat wooden thing, and I already forgot to bring them. I left them on my camera. I'm sorry. Just so you know. Maybe that was so gross. Also, I'm getting hot chocolate soon. All right, Loaf. See you soon. Ugh. Gross. Oh, we should do that list that I was talking about. Let me check and see if there's any more anonymous questions. Oh my god, there's a lot of anonymous questions. Okay. Okay. Do you ever have a day where you want to present masculine, or do you ever do that to go undercover, like not to be recognized? I mean, I don't think I'll ever want to present like truly masculine. That's no fun. I'm not masculine. Like that's just not. I think I present maybe butchy a little bit, butch, maybe slightly futchy, femme butch. That's what that means? And I don't think I would ever dress this. Look, at my current level of recognizability, it's not an issue getting recognized. Like, I get recognized relatively often, but not enough to like impact my day. If that happens, then maybe I'll like dress a certain way. I don't know if it would go undercover like in a masculine way, but anyways. Someone said they noticed my sobriety on Instagram. Do you have any recommendations for quitting? So yeah, yesterday was my 6-year anniversary of being garden free. No gardening for 6 years. And how do you quit? Like I said, it's not easy. It's so the hardest thing about addiction is, there's a lot of hard things, but one of the hardest things in my mind is remembering, well, not even remembering. When you're in active addiction, it is very much. I appreciate it. Could I do a hot chocolate, please?
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, thank you.
You want me to take that away or still working?
I'm still working on it. Thank you. Absolutely, Catherine. Go ahead. Do I ever think about moving to another state? Sometimes. But what was I going to say? When you're in active addiction, it is difficult, if not impossible, to imagine what life is like without it. Because you tell yourself a story of like, oh, I need it to deal with my job or my family or to make my brain stop racing at night or to go to sleep, or like there's a bajillion reasons that you tell yourself, I need this thing because, but they're not true. You'll be better off without it all the time, every time. But it's hard to remember that, especially if you've been in active addiction for a long, long time. So you have to trust. It's a leap of faith. You have to trust that, oh, when I stop this, it will get better. And not just for a day, not for a week, but forever, right? Like, it's easy to forget a week into quitting whatever it is that you're trying to quit. Like, oh, you romanticize it in your head. Oh, it's not so bad, because you go through withdrawal. It gets worse before it gets better. That's the hardest part. Beep Boop. Coming through with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 bits. Beep Boop, I think you just got the final pack, my friend. You just got the final pack. Thank you, Beep Boop. Throw those gas tanks out, y'all. Beep Boop, once again, coming through, supporting the stream. I don't know what to say, friend. That is so sweet of you. These streams happen because of gifts like that. If you like these streams, even if you're not able to give, say thank you to Beep Boop. Throw a gas tank out, because Beep Boop makes the stream, and anyone and everyone who gifts, or gift subs, or gift bits, or Venmo, Cash App, all these, PayPal, all these things, they happen because of these gifts. So that I can wake up and spend my time and energy making content, streaming. It is because of this. Thank you very much, Beep Boop. This is the final pack of the day. I had more. I didn't think I'd go through this many. I have limited space in my backpack, but, we'll get more tomorrow. There's our Elsa card for our server. Bell. All right, first rare is Nala from The Lion King. And I know I'm super behind on the chat. Then Alice, then... Ooh, you know what? Maybe we'll give them this Elsa card. This is fancy. Should we give our server this foil Elsa card? That's cute. We'll give them that one. How about that? Thank you again, Beep Boop. You the best. You the best. You the Beep Boop best. I'll put this one on top so we don't forget it. All right. Do I think that blank addiction is real, or do people use it as an excuse to keep watching it? I personally have never suffered from that, nor have I known anyone who has at least been open about talking about it, but I would imagine it's real. I mean, it's a thing that gives you a big release of chemicals in your brain, so, I think it's real. A guy I'm talking to says he can't help but watch it. Oh. Well, yeah, I would say... if you hate it, you need to set that boundary, right? Like, you got to say, like, look, if we're going to be together, it sounds like if it's not that serious, you're just talking to him, then now would be the time. Like, if that's a big no-no for you, then now would be the time to leave, especially if it's like a really deep thing, because any addiction's really tough to deal with, especially if it's like a big trigger point for you. I personally don't care if my partner watches that kind of thing, but if it's a problem for them, then that's different. I wish my husband would get off gardening. Yeah, it's tough. It's like me with brisket. Every time you say beep poop, I do beep poop. I think it's real because in my religion you have to take a shower, wash your body until you can pray. Interesting. Lily, are you a cuddler in a relationship or even friendship? Are you a touchy-feely person? Not in a friendship, but in a relationship, absolutely. Yes. Foil one. Okay, we will. I don't watch it either. I try to be understanding, but he says that guys do all the time. I feel not enough. Yeah, I mean, look, as someone who used to fraternize with the guys, a lot of men watch it, but it's... Oh, thank you so much. By the way, I have a present for you.
Really?
Ta-da! That's for you. That's the only... I was waiting for you to name one that I haven't had.
Yeah.
We just opened that one.
Aw, thank you so much.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
It's very
Hold on to
sweet.
that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, sweet. I love Fulci. Yeah, I mean, guys watch it. And girls, everyone, well, not everyone, but a lot of people watch it. I watch it. I watched it last night, but I've never once in my life felt like this is getting in the way with my life in any way, shape, or form. I've gone weeks, months without watching. Months, maybe. It's not an issue, right? And it is not an issue for most people. But there is a certain sect of the population that it is an issue for. And it sounds like the guy you're talking to is one of those people. So, I mean, I would try and think about this like any other addiction, right? It bothers you because this is impacting your potential partner's life. You got to put your foot down. Yeah, for most people, Panera, I agree. But certain people use it like any other drug. My secret keeper or a gossip, it depends on the secret, and it depends on the person, and it depends on who I'm talking to. There are certain people in my life, my closest friends, that I will tell secrets to, that I hear. But we're in that level of trust that it's okay. I think most people are like that, right? I just know it makes me feel so small. Hey, if it makes you feel small, no matter what it is, even if it was something else, you got to let them know. Yeah. What is this dish again? This is handmade pasta with a green cream sauce. Got some frise on top, Parmesan, and a spicy lamb sugo sauce. And infinite people need more and more. I mean, certain people. I don't think everyone needs that, right? Like, I've been looking at that stuff for longer than I care to admit, and I've never felt like, oh, I have to keep looking at more and more intense versions of it to, but certainly that can be for certain people. I don't need it to get the job done, and good for you. Good for you. And as someone who makes it myself for others, like, I don't know. I've never felt that. I've never personally felt like the stigma that it receives is worthy. It's worthy of. I don't think it is, but whatever. Because I'm a touchy-feely person and a clinger. I hate it, but I need cuddles. Like, my best friend and I would have sleepovers, and I had to bite my lip and distract myself so I wouldn't ask for cuddles. I just love to be held. Is that weird? No. It's not weird unless you're asking someone who doesn't want to do it. But even if you ask and they say no, as long as you say, okay, then it's all good. I mean, everyone's different. If your partner was your dream partner, would you give it up if they asked forever? Yeah. Although, I think that if they were truly my dream partner, chances are that wouldn't be the case because... First off, I make that kind of content. Second off, I personally have no issue if they were going to watch some. In fact, I think it can be very healthy to watch sometimes, as long as you're using it in the right way. And I don't understand that kind of jealousy. I don't know if it's a jealousy thing, because it really is just a means to an end. I don't know. But if they really, 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 really needed me to stop, it's fine. Yeah, a little bit of a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. I don't like my partner watching it, but we do together sometimes. It gives unrealistic expectations. Okay. Okay, one other thing I want to say on this topic. I am someone who has watched a lot of it, but I've also done a lot of it, both. And I've never felt, and user 5.2 is totally valid for you to feel this way. I personally have never felt like, oh, the blank that I just had in real life was lacking compared to the thing that I watched on my laptop last night. I personally find a very strong separation between those two things of what happens in real life and what I can view on the internet. I do not find like I have a very healthy separation between those two things, and also the type that I watch, the more acting, quote unquote, there is, the less I like it. We're trying to kind of stay away from certain words. Let me try this pasta. Oh, I go. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's real good. Yeah. As long as you doing that, compromise your own boundary. It doesn't compromise. Yeah, exactly. Yes, like I do. It doesn't. I like doing it together, but alone feels like cheating, and that's totally valid. I mean, I don't, and it's all about your relationship and how you define it, right? Like, I personally, as long as it's not like negatively affecting their life and that's all they want to do, I couldn't care less if my partner watches that stuff, like, at all. But people do care, and that's fine. I feel weird if my partner goes and watches it and not me. I get jealous. Yeah. That's valid. I think that's a relatable experience for people who are in relationships. I've definitely heard people feel that way before. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bend over, or bend to the side, I should say, so I can put my hair up and not get lamb ragu in my hair. So much. Hair is one of those things that when you break your collarbone, it's like, oh, one of the things I just can't do very well anymore is put my hair up. All right, there we go. Would your dream person make content with you? I mean, maybe. I don't think that's a requirement to them being a dream person, though. It would be cool, but not mandatory. Very common, very validating to Gabba Bad. Thanks for being on. Yeah. No one can make me do something I don't want to do. Yeah, if you don't know user 5.2, now you do. That's valid, but a lot of people can't separate them. Yeah, a lot of people can't, and totally valid. Totally valid. What's my most controversial take? Like when it comes to relationships and stuff? But for the right woman, would you quit blank? I think the right person wouldn't ask me to quit that. And if they did, they probably wouldn't be the right person because A, that's a big source of income for me. And B, like, I think that, well, like I said, like, in terms of how we see the world, if we're really talking about dream person, the way that we see things would be in line that they wouldn't care at all. Willie, how good are you at finding a name? What do you mean by that, Stingy? Probably not very good. Some people can separate the two, some people can't. Totally fine. I do SJA. I do have that site that you can go and find. Made my partner delete all my blanks from others when we got married. That's fair. That is something that I do. Actually, and weird story. The other day, I was just going through my camera roll of videos because every once in a while I'll go through and look and see, are there any pre-transition things I have missed somewhere that I could reuse for content or something? And I came across a video that was a video from someone that I used to date, but I don't even really remember them. Look, my 20s were a wild time, but I just deleted it. That is a rule that I've had for a while now, where it's like any pictures or videos from people like that, as soon as we break up, are all deleted. And I think everyone should do that. You can hold the bowl up. Yes. I don't like it because I'm insecure about the way I look, and I don't want my partner wishing I looked like somebody else. Okay. It's fair. These noodles look great. They are. Any real one can't be like pineapple on pizza. Hot take. Okay. I got to think about it. I get that. I hope your partner respects that. I'm sure they love the way they look. I'm sure they do. Go to marriage and family therapy. It's amazing. I love the growth in myself and together. All right, this is handmade hot chocolate. Is that Hershey's? Please don't be Hershey's. Oh, is it valid to ask them to remake a $7 hot cocoa because it has Hershey's on it? I think that's valid to ask. I think that's valid to ask. It looks really good, but that is Hershey's, and Hershey's is one of my big no-no foods. Yeah, I mean, figuring out someone's orientation by the way they describe it, I am not an expert on that at all. Warm Hershey's, I mean, Hershey's is gross no matter what. No matter what. Yeah. All right, we're gonna return it. This may sound mean, but I need someone that is smart. Oh no, I think that's fair. I feel like it's so little you might not taste it. No, I'll taste it. I hate Hershey's. I think it's fair to ask to be remade. That's fair. I'm also like, I come here a lot. I think they'll be okay with it. I send Hershey's back any day. Do we have Cadbury? We do, but it's not as common. Am I still sober from alcohol? Yes, I am. Alcohol is probably the easiest of any substance to quit. We will. Oh, really good. No. Frankie, I'm so sorry. Frankie, I'm so sorry. Frankie. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so sorry, Frankie. I spilled. I can't believe it. I just lost Frankie like 40,000 channel points. God. I just cannot believe it, y'all. Frankie. And everyone who voted. Someone just won a lot of points. The odds were slimming. Ordering the pasta was a dangerous choice for me. Someone just times 8'd their points. I don't know who that was. Anyone win big? Anyone win big? You got your points back? Really? 50,000 points go to Chris and 6 others. I'm sorry. You got 8K. You won 81,000? Yeah. 81 points. Period. I haven't voted for pasta. I'm sorry, Frankie. At least I was wearing a crop top. Yeah, but a white crop top. A stain. I don't even have my freaking, whatchamacallit, stain stick. Give them another Disney card for the drink remake. Okay. I have several else's. They're just with me. Right. All right. This one's for you, Beep-Boop. And only you. I'm going to bring my sling into it. Ow. I shouldn't have brought my sling into it. Calm down, Lily. You like that? How'd I do? Is it busy today? It isn't that busy today. Have I ever hung out with a server? Once or twice. Outside of the restaurant, like exactly once, I think. Maybe twice. I've done a lot of streaming a restaurant, so I'm trying to. There's one I remember where there was a server at Square. Well, I won't say the name. There was a server at a place, and they eventually got let go from there. But they were really. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to do this to you.
What?
I have a severe aversion to Hershey's syrup. Would it be possible to?
It's Ghirardelli.
Okay.
But-
Would it be possible to make it without it? Without the syrup on top?
Oh yeah, without just the syrup on
Everything
top.
the same except
Because
just
it's
no
made
syrup.
with the syrup. That's how it's chocolate. So it's whole milk with chocolate syrup. So it's not Hershey's, it's Ghirardelli, but I know it's
It's
similar.
very similar.
Yeah. So it's the local San Francisco brand.
Yeah. All right.
So
I'll
we
try
can
it.
totally make a new one. Without the
If
syrup
it's
on
if it's
top.
in it, then I'll see what I can
It
do.
is
I haven't
in it.
actually tried
So,
it yet.
yeah.
I just tried the syrup on
Okay.
top.
No
I'll give it a
worries.
shot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just let me know.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. We'll see. The question link. I'll look at those in a second. Scoop the top off. I'm gonna give it another try. Now that I taste it, it does taste slightly different than Hershey's. It's not much better. Have I hung out with Jim? Not outside of the restaurant. All right, let's try this. Oh, that's gross. That is bad. That's bad. I get that it's Ghirardelli. That tastes like Hershey's. Oh, that's bad. I'm just gonna have to send it back. Look, I love this restaurant. They're so great. They're so good to me. They're good to us. Their food is usually fantastic. You can't run them all. You can't win them all. That's just bad. And for $7, it'd be one thing if it was $3, but that's $7. It's bad. Now, let me check the anonymous questions real quick. Would I get my breastises done? Would I get the girls done? Would I get the girls done? No. No, I was actually just talking about this with someone earlier today. I personally would rather have the smallest girls than have fake girls. I've never liked how they feel on someone else, and I don't want them inside of me. That being said, if that's your thing, you go, girl, or you go. It's just not for me. Regardless, I'm quite happy with what's been going on here recently. I've been gaining some weight, recovering from my eating disorder, and the girls have been growing. Don't worry, Catherine. I'm going to send it back. No, I didn't ask to remake it. I said I would try it. I can attest to the preference of having smaller to bigger girls. I had a reduction from a B to a G. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I just don't. Nothing about it appeals to me. Yeah. Would you ever do a collab with Viandre or Zaya Parisian? I'm so sorry, I do not know who those people are. And I'm sure they're great, but I don't know who they are. And my preference is I like small girls over big girls. They're my favorite. I like any kind, but homegrown, ideally. Am I comfortable about talking about ED recovery? Sure. Do you have any specific questions? If you married the girl of your dream, but they transitioned to FTM, how would you handle that? I wouldn't be able to be with them. I'm not attracted to men. It's sad, but I'm just not. I'd be happy for them, and I'd be their friend forever, but I am not attracted to them. They're American trans activists. Cool. Those are pretty popular. If they're trans internet people, I probably know their faces. I just don't know names very well. I like girls in general, but I like the small ones. Yeah. Do you have any all-time dream collaborations? Let me think about that when I take a bite. All-time dream collaborations. Hmm. Nothing really comes to mind. There are podcasts that I would like to be on. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I guess it's less of a collaboration and more like being a guest on a podcast, but that is what I want to do. There's several like movie podcasts that I would want to be on. I want to be on so bad. Struggling with binging. Yeah, the biggest tip that they gave me about binging, plan out your day or have a timer. Breakfast, snack. Lunch, snack. Dinner, snack. Right? And portion them all equally. You can read about it. Like, I don't know. You can find out. But it's, like a reasonable size plate. If you do this consistently, right, you will reteach your body hunger cues and you'll stop thinking about food. Don't count calories. Don't try to eat the diet food. Eat foods that you like. But eat consistently. You have to eat a snack. Even if you're too full, even if you're not hungry. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. Every day. And over time, you'll stop thinking about food and binging will become less and less of an issue. Obviously, it's not that simple, but that's what I did. And I went to like an intensive 6-week therapy. There's a whole bunch more to talk about, but that was like the main takeaway. Okay, I do want dessert though. I would like dessert. This was freaking delicious, y'all. It was so good. Do you know what those noodles are called specifically? They're called tagliatelle, which is kind of like a thicker. It's like it's like a slightly thicker than like a fettuccine. It's a little wider. It's a pretty simple, and it's handmade. Like you can tell, they made it here probably today. Yeah. You struggle with ED and binging, yeah. And I've gained a significant amount of weight, but I'm working on being okay with that, and I'm getting more okay with it. And also, I don't think about food 24/7 anymore. About like when I can and can't eat. So, yeah. Is leaving a partner after they transition transphobic? Like, is it if you don't like? It is if you don't like someone for their parts after finding out they didn't have the parts you thought. So parts aren't an issue here, Sue Bob, and you're not a dumb question. Like, so let's say I'm dating someone who I meet and they introduce me to themselves as a woman, say Jennifer. I'm dating Jennifer, and then at a certain point, Jennifer says, "Hey, I've realized that I'm actually a man. I'm in a transition. And for now, could you, instead of calling me Jennifer, call me Bob?" Right? Like, obviously, I delivered it very dryly, but that would be, probably a tough thing for them to tell me and an emotional conversation. But it's not like immediately my brain says, "Oh, I'm no longer attracted to that person." But as they transition and become more and more masculine in their presentation and use different pronouns, all these things, like, I personally am attracted to women, not men. And trans men are men. So if you transition, I'm just not going to be attracted to it anymore. There's nothing transphobic about it, right? Parts aren't an issue so much. Now, if, down the line they get bottom surgery, then that's fine. But also, parts don't matter to me at all. I don't care if you have one part or the other because gender and body parts are separate, right? I'm attracted to women. Women can have either body part. That's true. Men can have other. I'm not attracted to men who have a V. I'm not attracted to men who have a P or a V because they're men. I'm attracted to women because they're women, not because they have a P or a V. Does that make sense? The bowls are nice, yes. Hello, Nikki. I never eat breakfast. Then I eat something at 1, 6:30. Yeah. If you're eating for the first time at 1, then there's your problem. Eat as soon as you wake up. Then a few hours later, have a snack. Then eat lunch. Then snack. Then dinner. Then snack. 6 eating times a day. Stick to it. Good. How are you? How would leaving a partner for transitioning female to male compare transphobia-wise to leaving a partner who is a woman but finding out they are asexual? Are you saying that, like, wait, leaving a partner for transitioning female to male? None of this sounds transphobic, but leaving a partner for transitioning female to male, so coming out as a man, versus leaving a partner who is a woman, a trans woman, but finding out they're post-surgery, as in, like, they have a P, but they're going to switch to a V? What if they were a feminine presenting man? No. I'm just not attracted to men, period. Like, any man at all. It's just not, like, it's an immediate turn off. I've never been attracted to men. The only men I'm ever like, oh, you're cute, is like, oh, you took a little estrogen, like, we'd be in business. I have trouble relating to most people, as I'm very fluid in the way that I just like people based on their personalities. I have no gender preference except, like, mask. You have no gender preference except mask? But most of my partners have been femme anyways. Wait. If you have a preference for mask, but you also like femme? I'm confused. Like, if you see them as a woman, but you just don't like thing. Okay, so this is an interesting talking point. Will it let me pin it? Yes, okay. This is a really complicated issue, Catherine, because there are a lot of people who will say, the reason I wouldn't date a trans woman, or the reason, the same would go for trans men, but the reason I don't want to date a trans woman is because I don't like the P. I don't like it, right? They say it's a parts preference. Now, I am not here to tell you that part preferences are fake. They are real. They are real and they are valid. However, I think that if 100 people tell you that they have a parts preference, my guess, anecdotally, is that 90 of those people, maybe 80, actually are just using that as a shield to cover up what is actually internalized transphobia. Okay? Let me put a question out to you. If the person, a trans woman who had a P, got it switched into a V, and you didn't know this, okay? There's a hypothetical situation. And you went on a date with them, you hit it off, they passed completely, they look cis, it didn't come up, they didn't say that they were trans, go on a date, it becomes intimate, and their V is indistinguishable from a V from a person who was born with it. But then later that night you find out, they tell you after the fact that that was a custom installed V. What reaction would you have? What would your reaction be? And please be honest. Okay, sorry. Never want another eggplant in my life. What do you mean by that? I confuse you? How do I confuse you? I'm going to unpin this. Do I have more guy friends or girlfriends, girl? For sure. See a sting. What if you genuinely don't like blank and like doing things? So, I mean, if you don't like things entering, that's different than not liking the P. Because plenty of lesbians, cis lesbians, use various tools without having a P themselves, right? Like, it's different. Also, lots of trans girls don't like using their P, period. They don't want you to touch it. They don't want it to be a part of the equation, right? So, like, there's a lot of conversational threads that we can go down. Like, would it make a difference if A, it never worked in the first place, B, they didn't want to use it, and C, like, we're, an ideal partner in every other way, right? We'd be good as long as there's no wing, wang, ding-a-lang. Okay, Coven, I appreciate that you're trying to work around things, but I do not understand what you're getting at. Maybe she's born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe. No, I don't mean trans versus cis V. I mean, she's a valid trans woman and a woman in every way, but she never wants bottom surgery. I get that. Wait, do I? I lost the thread. So you're saying that you wouldn't want to date a no-op trans woman, even if the thingy didn't work and they never wanted to use it in the first place. For all intents and purposes, let's just say it's not even there. Let's say there's nothing there. It's like a Ken doll. Like, what then? As trans women, we have to be especially careful with cis men. There have been horrific things that have happened due to telling men after the fact. Sure, we have to be careful. Although, I think a lot of times I have seen trans women do this thing where we blame ourselves for this. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing. But what I'm saying is like,
What are you doing over here? Can't do it?
Can't do it. I can't. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
But I love this.
Take it off the chat.
Thank you. And could I have the dessert menu, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, K-pop, it's not our responsibility. And again, I don't date cis men. I don't date men, period. But if I did, I wouldn't feel any obligation to tell them. Like, is it a dangerous proposition to be intimate with a man and not tell them and then them find out in the moment? Sure. Because men, on the whole, can be unpredictable. They can be raised in a way that might put you as a trans woman in danger if you don't tell them, because they could have a bad reaction and things could go south. However, that's not our fault. That's their fault. The blame is 110% on them if they do that. So it doesn't change the fact that we still have the right to not tell them, because it's not our fault if they behave badly. It's up to you if you want to take that risk. But yeah. Do you like streaming here better than TikTok? In some ways. Yeah, in some ways. My favorite part of Women Loving Women, WLW, is doing something to a woman's blank. So I'm wondering, for a lesbian, whose favorite part is doing things like blank or blank. Now, Catherine, I hear you, because I love doing those things as well.
Right.
Thank you.
We've got these few dessert options, and then everything on the bakery. And I'm pretty sure we have everything in stock.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
There are ways to do both of those things that start with an O and an F. F-I, blah, 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 to a trans woman who hasn't had bottom surgery. That will be very exciting for them. Is that not of interest? I feel like we're getting into minutiae here where even if it's not something that's going inside of you, right? Like, everything you're talking about has a comparable experience, even with someone with like a body like mine. I get that it's not exactly the same thing, but I'm just trying to make the point that a lot of times people will use genital preference as a like catch-all. I just don't. Nope. When there's a lot more nuance to that than they care to think about. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying in general. Wait, are you saying it isn't transphobic? Wait, are you saying it is or isn't transphobic to not date a pre-surgery trans woman? I'm not saying either way. Taking a step back, I'm just trying to make the point about the genital preference thing. I think what I just said kind of covers it. I'm bi, so I don't speak personally because either part works. But if someone is a lesbian, what do you, 100% what? We're jumping around a lot, so please repeat yourself in the question because I lose the thread. To be clear, I'm in the queer community and totally. And again, I'm not saying that like what you're expressing is internalized transphobia at all. I'm just trying to make the point that, like, so I wrote a script while I was on break months ago, and I wrote a scene in it between a kind of like a clueless cis guy and a trans woman talking about this exact situation of a trans woman who didn't tell you that she was trans. And you get intimate with each other and you do all the way, go all the way, right? But because of, you know, the quality of surgery she had, et cetera, the cis man had no idea that she was trans, even after the fact, no clue. And was then told, actually, yes, I was not born with this. And he freaks out, right? The question you pose at that point is, if you had never known that that wasn't there when she was born, you never would have cared, right? Like, as soon as you know that that wasn't there at birth, your perception of it changes. And that perception shift is what I'm getting at here of if there's no physical difference, the only difference is that it wasn't there when they were born. And you still can't, you can't hide behind genital preference at that point. And we're way beyond what you're saying, Catherine. But that's the example I like to give people to explain, like, genital preference is a very broad excuse for a conversation that is a lot more nuanced. I hear you, Cozy, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, what would you do in that situation, right? I've dated stone tops, and I guess I'm curious what they do. You mean like a trans woman who wanted to use their thing? Well, then they wouldn't do that because they need your consent to do that, right? If you see a woman you like, do you flirt or shy? Flirt. I'm a big flirt. I'm a one-legged dyke. I love the cooter, but I also have trauma from blank, so I wouldn't be able to touch a blank. Okay. That's fair. We are getting very philosophical, yes. When you were pre-transition, do you think you would have been open to sleeping with a trans woman? Yes. I tried to a couple times. Did not succeed. I was, I did not do a great job at courting. I went on Grindr. I was very interested. Still am. But anyways, I feel like we're getting a little lost in the sauce here. I guess just to take a step back, what I'm saying is a preference for certain parts is not something we should be allowed to say that. However, I think when someone says that, I always like to remind people to just make sure where that is coming from a good place. Because certain people, I would say the majority of people who use that as an explanation for their preferences are actually grappling with something way more nuanced than I just like this part. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not a judgment on anything anyone has said here today. I appreciate the conversation. I do. I do. All right. Desserts. Pistachio gelato and salted pistachio praline with Amarena cherry marmalade. Had it before. It's quite good. It's a little bit sweet for me. They have fudge brownie a la mode with salted caramel. They have a sorbet with passion fruit, mango, and strawberry. They have a brown butter chocolate chip cookie, a funfetti sugar cookie, and a triple chocolate fudge brownie. As well as, how was I getting these ones? Here, dark cocoa babka. That's like a chocolate bread. Scones. They have a blueberry and cream cheese scone. Banana bread, chocolate and walnut banana bread, the classic poisson, almond poisson, chocolate poisson. The cookies we talked about. Okay. What do we think? Of course, Catherine. Thank you for asking. You're going hunting? Like hunting? Like hunting? Hello, Julie Gavin Comedy. How you doing? Now, let me check and see if any more of the anonymous questions have come through. We're caught up on these. Sure. All right. Great, good. Okay. I think I want... I think that the pistachio gelato would be a little bit too much. Happened to my arm. I broke my collarbone. Very sad, I know. Hello, Fallon. How you doing? I am between a few things.
Okay. Get them all.
I'm not that hungry today. Between the brown butter cookie, the sugar cookie, and maybe like, I don't know, like something
The
sweet.
brown butter cookie.
Brown butter cookie?
That's the name.
All right.
Yeah.
Could I get it warmed up,
So
please?
good. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks.
Thank you, Julie, for subbing. Throw some gas tanks out. Gas tanks out for Julie. Appreciate you. Thank you. Obviously not a steak. No. But I'm still not mad. Anything pistachio is chef's kiss. I agree. But I'm just going to go with the cookie today. I would say, Julie, let's open a pack, but we have, I'm pretty sure, gone through. Be careful when I pull things up. We've gone through, I think, the entire pack. All the packs that I had. Do I have any others? No. I brought a whole bunch of them, and we opened all of them. Can you explain what cis means? Absolutely, I can explain what cis means, Blondie. Okay. So, cis, C-I-S, the literal definition, not cisgender. I'm talking about cis as a Latin prefix, means on the same side as, right? So, the opposite of on the same side of is on the opposite side of, right? So, trans, right? The opposite side. Where do we see the word trans? Transatlantic flight, right? From one side of the country to the other, the opposite side. Transcontinental, from one continent to another, et cetera, et cetera. Transmute is a verb, turning one thing into another. Cis is just the opposite, right? Now, we don't use the word cis in many places these days, mostly because it's not that helpful of a word, right? No one's going to take a cis continental flight, right? You probably just call that a flight. Cis is mostly used in science, like hard science, like chemistry, where we're talking about relative positions of atoms on a molecule. But don't worry about that. We do use cis when it comes to gender. Okay, so when we are all born, we are assigned a gender. Think about it like putting a label on you, right? You're born, they said, it's a boy. Here's your boy label. It's a girl. Here's your girl label. Right? And it's not a literal label, but it might as well be, because once you're labeled, because of your parts, the whole world treats you a certain way. Treat girls differently than boys. You get a girl name or a boy name. Girl clothes, boy clothes. Girl everything, boy everything. Right? Gender informs a bajillion different things. Kids understand gender from a very young age. Thank you very much. So, back to the point where we're assigned this gender. Now, I use the word assigned, which might be a little bit curious to you. By the way, this is the cookie. What do we think? Cookie. Brown butter cookie. In science, they use biological, not cis. That is not true. That is not true. And I'll answer that in a second, Curly Kylie. So, why do we assign a gender to people, right? Why do we put the label on people, and how do we do it? Well, we use body parts as a reference point, because when you have the body part that I have, we know that that means boy, or do we, right? Because we know now in 2025, almost 2026, that boys can have a P, but boys can also have a V. That's called a trans man. Girls can have a P or a V, right? It's more likely, statistically, girls show up with Vs, but there's a section of girls that have Ps, right? And sometimes both, all valid. So we put this label on as a statistical probability to say you're probably, because of your body parts, and over time we've seen people who have P's end up being boys, people who have V's end up being girls. So we're just going to, for sake of ease, give you that label. But for some people, that's not the case. Those people are transgender people. So the label we're given is actually not what we are, right? Most people, given the boy label, it's like, yeah, I'm a boy. And you never think twice about it. You get the girl label, you're a girl, never think twice about it, right? You never have to consider the fact that the label you were given might have been wrong at some point, that some people's label is wrong, right? In fact, you might assume that it wasn't even assigned at all, right? If your label that you were assigned is the label that you are, right? If it was correct, you might assume that everyone's like that, but it's not true. A lot of people aren't. Those are transgender people. So why do we say trans and why do we say cis? Someone whose gender is what it was called, or what the gender you, if the gender you were assigned is the gender you are, it's on the same side, right? Your gender you are is the same as the gender you were assigned, cisgender. If the gender you are is not the gender you were assigned, right? If it's the opposite gender, it makes you transgender. It's a different gender. Does that make sense? And as I was saying, when it comes to the word biological is a very broad word. Bio is the Latin prefix for life. Okay? What does it even mean to be biological? It just means pertaining to life, right? Like anything that has a carbon atom in it, which is almost everything in this room, technically is biological. You could just say anything that is alive is biological. A tree is biological, right? My dog Nugget is biological. What does it even mean, right? It's such a broad word. What people mean when they say a biological woman is a woman who was born as a woman, right? That's what they're getting at. But really, even more specifically, what they're saying is they're suggesting this is a cisgender woman. They're saying, oh, a woman whose gender assigned at birth was woman, right? As a person whose downstairs bits are V's, right? When in reality, I've been a woman since the day I was born. I didn't choose it. Someone chose it for me. God, fate, genetics, whatever you want to say. So why do we say cis instead of biological? Because biological really doesn't mean anything, right? Cisgender is specific. It means that the gender you were assigned is the gender you are. Furthermore, when we're talking about the word biological, even though it means nothing, just because it really means so many things, it's so broad, people use it to suggest some sort of superiority, right? Like a biological woman suggests that this woman is more of a woman than a non-biological woman, right? They are like an inherently superior, cut from like a higher cloth. Not to mix metaphors. Trans women are just as much of women as cis women, right? Another reason we use cis and trans instead of biological and trans is it eliminates the discrepancy, the power discrepancy those names suggest, right? We're not lesser women, we're just as much women, right? It's a literal definition of our assigned gender at birth versus our current gender. That describes our experience versus like this nebulous, weird word biological. You're getting me on a rant today. It is a giant cookie. It is a giant cookie. I'm a woman who was born a woman, so I'm a cis woman. You're a woman who was assigned female at birth. That means you have a V. So they looked at your part and said, girl, right? Sometimes people who are born with a V, who are assigned female at birth, are not women. Think about a trans man, right? Think about Elliot Page. Elliot Page was born with a V. They said that's a girl. But Elliot Page, years later, realized, and Elliot Page has always been a boy, right? Because we're not talking about body parts, we're talking about gender. So I am a woman who was born a woman, but that's different than saying I am a woman who was assigned male at birth. You understand the distinction? But generally what you're saying, yes, you are a cisgender woman. Is it Ghirardelli chocolate in the cookie? I don't mind like actual hard Ghirardelli chocolate. That's fine. That's good. It's the syrup that I don't like. Okay. I explained that for Kylie. Did I make a new TikTok account? I didn't. That's just from a different type of content, my Lorcana content. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, we already talked about it. Yeah. No shadow ban. You're good, Catherine. Welcome back, Christina. How are you doing? Gotcha, Blondie. Do you think your blank has any effect on the body that differently from a cis woman's body? Absolutely. Without question. I mean, we're not saying there's no difference between trans and cis women, right? Like, yes, technically, I have, not even technically, literally, I have a different configuration down there, right? I have had two little testes dangling that when I hit puberty started producing a large amount of testosterone, right? We're not trying to gloss over that fact. Ideally, I would have gotten rid of them or been on testosterone blockers before puberty, but I was not one of the lucky ones. My body, my body changed in a way that cis women's bodies usually do not. But again, that doesn't mean any less of a woman, right? Gender is social. Your gender is social.
All finished? Okay.
You're talking about biology, right? Like the link between gender and biology, there is statistical probability links. Like people who have a certain body part are more likely to be men or more likely to be women, but there is no causation. I'm confused on born versus assigned. Okay, think about it this way, Curly Kylie. Let's say that you're an apple. You're an apple. Congratulations. You're born, you come out of the apple womb, you're an apple. Red, golden, delicious. Nice little stem. You got the little green leaf too. Perfect apple. When you get brought to the grocery store, the grocery clerk puts an orange label on you. It says orange. And for some reason, everyone in the world, all your friends, all your family, your employer, everyone at the grocery store, looks at you, sees the label, and says, oh, an orange. Even though you're an apple. Right? So the gender you actually are is apple, or whatever. You understand the link. The gender you actually are, the gender I actually was, girl. But the label I was given was boy. Does that make sense? Do the differences stop when you begin to transition, or the chromosomes always affect something? I mean, I will always have XY chromosomes. But again, what you're getting at is like biological differences. Gender and biology, there's not much link there, if any, really. Is causation, or not causation, just causality, like correlation. So yeah, of course, my body is different than a cis woman's body. Of course, right? My chromosomes are not going to change just because I'm taking estrogen. My body has changed. My mood has changed. My sense of self has developed. But again, trans women, for the most part, are not trying to be cis women. It's an impossibility. We're just trying to feel at home in our own bodies and be accepted by the world. We're not trying to dispute that there are differences. I got you, Catherine. Is it okay to use people first language? Like I would call myself a person who is trans instead of a trans person? That's fine. Sure. Apples are simply scrumptious. Totally. Agreed. If you're cis, you're born and assigned the same gender. If you're trans, you're born with one. You're born as your gender and assigned another incorrect gender. Exactly. Well said, breaker of chains. So good. The center of the cookie is much better. And it's a little overcooked on the outsides. It's very crunchy. I like it chewy. Oh, it's not old. I think the center is the center is perfect. This part is perfect. Well, some people I like chewy cookies. I bet it's Ghirardelli chocolate, but again, I have no issue with Ghirardelli chocolate in its solid form. Syrup is when I run into issues. Starbucks? No. Just a fancy cafe. This was like a freshly made cookie this morning in this cafe. It's all good, Catherine. And I like Ghirardelli brownie mix as well. Hello, Catherine. How are you? Yeah. It's not very... Look, is it a bad cookie? No. I just don't like crunchy cookies. It's okay. It's fine. All right. I say that it's time to get the check. Put away the cards. Okay. Am I going to stream tomorrow? I'm sorry, I missed that question. Yes, I am streaming tomorrow. Do you have any recommendations, or you'd like me to stream? Go for it. I don't think we have any other. Yeah, we're no more additional questions. I liked having to use a spoon for my chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I had a chocolate chip cookie recently, and I remember thinking like, wow, that's like the best chocolate chip cookie I've had. Where was it? The chewier, the better. This is true for pizza crust. I like chewy pizza crust, which is one of the reasons I like the margarita at Tony's, which is a local pizza restaurant that I love. It's one of my favorite foods ever. Oh my God, do you have Hooters like the restaurant? Not here. Not here, sadly. Although when we went to Hooters when I was traveling earlier this year, I can't say I loved it. Am I currently taking anything to increase my blank size, or am I happy with where I'm at? So after like 3 or 4 years of estrogen, well, so first off, estrogen will give you girls, period, right? It will grow boobs. And at this point, I could probably even breastfeed if I took the right hormonal like regimen to induce lactation, because after estrogen builds breast growth and also milk ducts. That's not the point, though. At a certain point, estrogen, like anyone, growth will stop, right? They grow to a certain size, and then they've reached their peak potential. The only reason mine are growing right now is because I'm gaining weight. So, like anyone else, they fluctuate there. Am I happy with where I'm at? Yeah, I am. Yeah. A family friend of mine was taken to the hospital. Oh, no. Now I'm dog sitting, and one of the dogs is named Lily. Oh, it's a good choice of name. I had the best cookie in my life in New York City. Need you to do an NYC foodie trip. I would love to go to New York City. I would. Did you read the questions from the anonymous thing? Some of them. Almost all of them. Someone said what my favorite funny movie is. I don't know if I answered that. I'm not sure. I'll think about that one. Favorite comedy. A milk bar stream. There might be a milk bar around here. But that's a fast casual restaurant, right? I'm not that flexible. Not that flexible. I'm just going to catch my server's attention in just a sec, because we're on we've agreed that I will flag them down. Charlie's Angels? What about Charlie's Angels? Oh, right, that's my favorite comedy? That's up there. I mean, The Fifth Element is a lot of things. I wouldn't say it's like comedy first, but it is very funny. Charlie's Angels, a nostalgia movie. It's like comedy action. As far as pure comedy goes, it's kind of a canned... Can I have the check, please? Thank you. Canned answer, but God, I do love Dumb and Dumber. Jim Carrey. I was just born and raised in that movie. Or one of the Austin Powers movies, even though there's a lot of problematic stuff in all of those movies. I have a soft spot for them. And probably the most problematic of them all, I was raised on a movie called Stripes with Bill Murray. I cannot in good conscience recommend it to anyone because there's a lot of like gay panic stuff and racist stuff. Napoleon. Oh no, that's it. Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, that's my favorite funny movie. Thank you. But like, I can't recommend Stripes to you, but I can say that I've seen it a bajillion times. And yeah, so look, I'm not trying to attack Bill Murray. I'm attacking the Stripes movie script, which has a lot of issues. But I freaking love that movie, even though it's got issues. Hi, I'm sorry. Oh, you're here to do the chat. Gotcha. Should I have my wallet out? Okay. Just tell me I remember my wallet. There it is. Thank you. Could I have the printed receipt? Thank you. Shallow Hal. Yeah, I mean, look, we all have those movies that we probably watched growing up. All of us have something where we're like, in retrospect, there's some jokes in there that don't land so well these days. But as long as we acknowledge it, I think it's okay. Shallow Hal is definitely not one. I think I've seen it, but I do not have nostalgia for it. Which I'm grateful for, because that one in particular is pretty rough. Anyways. So go ahead and throw out. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that card.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you want another one?
No, it's okay.
All right.
It's okay.
All
Have
right.
a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you. All right, careful with my arm. Yeah, Spaceballs. You know, I've never seen Spaceballs. You would think, as someone who loves Star Wars, at least, you know, not a little cooler on it recently in the past since the Disney acquisition. But you would think I would love that movie, or have seen it at least. I just never did. I don't know why. It didn't make the rotation. I still love Scary Movie. Yeah, there's a new Scary Movie coming out this summer or next summer. It's 2026, and in February, Scream 7. That I'm excited about. That I am very excited about. I saw Anaconda, the one with Jack Black and Paul Rudd, on Saturday. It's fine, but I remember I walked into the movie and I saw the like, you know, the big movie poster things they have up. Not the posters, but they have like the big cardboard things out in the lobby. There's one that's just like a big knife with the ghost face guy or girl or non-binary person. I don't know if we've ever had a non-binary ghost face. Have we? Not that I'm aware of. I forget. It's been a while. We need to rewatch those. But, yeah. All right. Go ahead and guess the bill, everyone, if you'd like. We had, hopefully you didn't see it. We had tea, pasta, and chocolate chip cookie, plus an 8% service charge, plus an 8% tax, plus the San Francisco mandate, bringing it, well, and then I tip like 25%, bringing it to what? Go ahead. I can't wait for the new screen. Yeah, I am like that's one of those immediate C's. I will immediately see that movie. Did they remove the hot chocolate? They did. It's really no offense to this place. I cannot do it. And you know, it said like home handmade. But it's a great restaurant. Maybe not their best showing today, but the pasta was great. It's great. I will give Nugget a kiss later. Guess the total. Chat's gotten real quiet the past few minutes, which is fine. But if nobody guesses, I win. And I've never won before. That will be a first. User 5-2, you're not allowed to. You can't do it just because no one's guessing. Although I appreciate it. All right, we got guesses. There we go. And our favorite poll of the day, the Mickey Mouse and the Robin Hood. The Robin Hood, too. I already put that one away. All right. Let's see. Give a few more seconds if anyone else wants to guess. Oh, sorry. $90, $50. There's a couple of people who are close in either direction. Okay, I'm pretty sure the closest person is... Tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's Frankie. I'm pretty sure. Maybe Blondie was close? Close-ish, very close. But it was before tip 50-47, with tip 60-47, which means that you were about 3 and change off. Blondie was also about that, but I think you were just a hair closer if I was doing my mental math right. So you win. You know what you win. Do you know what you win? Do you know what you win? Do you? Do you know what you want? Because the truth of the matter is that you win nothing. You win nothing, Frankie. Yeah, sorry. What do you want? What do you want from me? I'm out of packs. I'm out of packs. I got nothing for you. You gotta be kidding me. User 5, you put a phone in here? We'll talk about this later. Hey. Yeah. 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 You actually win everything. How's that? How was that for an abstract bit? I took that into the ether. You're welcome. Okay, is there anything else we need to talk about today? We've answered a lot of good questions. Thank you to everyone who asked anonymous questions and non-anonymous questions. Non and non. Non and all. I would just like to thank my parents for birthing me, my husband for being a tall, juicy piece of human, my dogs for loving me and giving me the will to take my lazy A outside, and I want to thank Ghostface for existing and believing in me. I'm playing the music. You have to leave the station. Is that a real plant behind me? I think so. Yeah, I think it's real. Thank you. Till next time. All right, everybody. I love you. I will see you tomorrow for another restaurant stream. Until then, stay lovely and pine cone.